So tell me a little bit about how the various financial firms differ.
The industry's changed a lot over the years. There's a structure now called an RIA, which is a registered investment advisor, and those people that have RIAs are governed by the Securities Exchange Commission, and they are automatically considered fiduciaries. Typically, what will happen is that when you talk with a client, you have to put their interests first. So we have to know their age, we have to know their risk, we have to know have they ever invested before or how do they feel about investing. Then on another side, there's a brokerage account. Those people will buy and sell stock for the client, but really not a whole lot of advice other than this is a good stock, and they charge a commission for that. And then there's other advisory firms that are not registered investment advisors that don't have a fiduciary and will, pretty much invest for the client, but they don't put the client first, or they're not made to put the client first. It's been a positive thing with the industry. They've really come a long way since the 80s, and it's in a positive way.
Do you mind simplifying what a fiduciary is?
Well, it really is making sure that the client fully understands their commitment to investing. It's not short-term investing, it's long-term. And they often ask, well, what's long-term? And it's like the rest of your life, right? Mm-hmm. The key is to make sure that whatever you choose for that client is for that client. So for instance, if a child came with them, let's say a son, and the son says, I want you to buy these 3 stocks. My answer would be, your mother is 76 years old. She doesn't need these stocks. She needs probably more bonds than stock anyway. So you always have to make sure it's the client. Doesn't matter what family member is with you, it's the client that's important.
And then what about just what's going on right now, or even from 2008, in terms of the economy and reactions to that?
Well, it's very different. 2008 was, in all the years I've been in practice, that kept me up at night. It was frightening meltdown. It could have gone a lot worse than it did. But the clients, and here's the psychology behind it, the clients were so scared. Most listened to us and stayed the course, and they recovered their money, within a year or two. But those that couldn't, because of the psychology, the fear, they couldn't do it. The bottom line was they lost money and they never recovered that loss. Mm-hmm. This meltdown is really normal recession, and it's interest rates going up and inflation and that kind of thing. It will recover. It's just a matter of time. And the clients, most of them understand now because they've gone through 2008, mm-hmm. but there's still a psychology behind it. And you have to touch base with that client very regularly because of their mental health.
Right. Yeah. So, 2008, when you had clients leave and clients stay, and those who've lost money, made me really think about the psychology is a really important part of everything we do. Financial flashpoints, really, and 2008 was a financial flashpoint. Those are experiences that are emotional, that stick with you because your body remembers these emotions, and it will bring it up for something unrelated. Still with money can still be detrimental. So studying just why people react the way they do to the markets is one of the reasons I started the financial psychology program. Essentially, financial psychology is your individual relationship with money. It's your money beliefs. Like I said, financial flashpoints, anything that causes emotion, or observing your parents talk about money when you were young, or the culture you grew up in, or the socioeconomic group that you were in. All these experiences shape our individual beliefs about money, and then we act on a subconscious level from those beliefs in our everyday lives. So you may want to save for a vacation, but then go spend your check every single month, and then 6 months down the line, you're like, oh, I haven't saved any money, even though that was a really big goal I wanted. It's understanding what that disconnect is, and then working with clients to get on a path where they can actually hit and meet their goals.